united. Especially after all that nasty business on the moon.
I would request that you not be so flippant. Many of us have endured suffering beyond what you may realize.
Alright, welcome everyone to the Generation Gaming channel. I am Jay Lewis, and Freddo is here to service. Once again, this is Generation Gaming Crew review, or our review of Alpha Omega. This is DLC 3 from Black Ops 4, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies. We got one map to go. This is the first map, first either DLC map, if you don't count Classified. Which kind of like, I think this map, for me, I was like, it was something you were waiting for a while. And then finally got it. Chaos was really good. I enjoyed it. I don't really, I think the justification or the people that were getting on Classified wasn't really fair. Because I really enjoyed Dead of the Night, and Ancient Evil was Ancient Evil is probably my top 5 maps of all time. I really enjoyed that map. And you can go check our review on that on Twitch. This is going to be available on the Generation Gaming YouTube channel immediately following this. But right now it's going to be myself and Predator. And this, I had the gameplay of all of us beating this for the first time, but in typical Treyarch Theater fashion, it's broken and it didn't bookmark it, didn't save it like it was supposed to. So anyway, unless, I guess we'll get started. So, Predator's here with me. First time he's doing something like this, or first time he's been on our reviews or podcast for. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, good.
I think this is one of our favorite ones. Real quick, before I get into it, if you had to rank the Black Ops 4 maps, I guess, by, like, Easter eggs, what is your favorite from top to bottom? Including the Chaos one, I guess. I know it's like a hard on the spot.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I think Ancient Evil would be my the best one for me. I did enjoy that Easter egg. Oh, this is actually quite a tricky one.
I'll tell you mine first if you want, because I already know what mine are.
And then I think I'm probably going to go Voyage next, I think. Because Voyage was another one I liked. Because I liked how... Yeah, I think it was quite a difficult one, which I prefer, really. Gave us more with that, the eyes. So. Yeah, I think that's... And then I think the next one would be probably Nuketown, I think. Yeah.
Alpha Omega, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Alpha Omega, yeah. And then I think 9. Saying that 9's, they're all very close because it's hard to... hard to say, really, because 9 was a really good fight, like a boss fight. Fighting 2 elements, you did not expect that. That's the thing. It's just.
Well, it's funny you
hard.
say that about 9. 9 is different now. The boss fight, they changed it. Nate and I, Kickapoo and I did it the other day, or like 2-3 days ago. And the boss fight's different now. The elephant, the people on top throw these fireballs at you now instead of just the arrows. And we died. Like, we didn't beat it. I was really shocked. It was much harder, which I liked. I'm glad they changed it. So that boss map has gotten better for me now.
Yeah,
I think you would. You should do that. It's it's the same, but it's that little change that they did that is noticeably different. I was like, whoa, okay.
That's good.
But
I didn't know that. So, yeah.
So I guess like Classified and Blood, or Blood and Classified would be your last two. That's kind of
probably yeah. Because I wasn't a fan. Like, don't get me wrong, Blood is good, but I just wasn't a fan of what is it? The challenges you had to do on that map. Wasn't a fan of that at all.
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah, that took a little while to get used to.
Yeah,
I didn't like that. I don't know why. I just
used to it. And then obviously with the Moscow stuff as well, which I found out how to do now, which I wasn't very good at first, but no, it's good to... It's not actually that hard.
No, it's not. It's
What's that? Sorry.
No, it's not that bad. Like, for me, I had like I talked about him, the Ancient Evil. That's what I run.
It is hard, isn't it? Like...
Yeah, it is difficult. I had this before in my head. Ancient Evil, Alpha Omega, 9, Dead of the... see, this is kind of hard for me. Voyage of Despair, Dead of the Night, Blood, and then Classified.
I did enjoy Dead of the Night saying that. Dead of the Night was a good one as well.
Yeah.
Just, it was something different.
I mean, they're all good. None of them are bad.
Yeah, no, they're not bad at all. It's just...
If I had, like, one complaint, it would be the fact that I wish Classified had a main Easter egg instead of getting...
Oh, yeah.
I don't... Never particularly like that.
Yeah,
Never
I
understood
agree
the point of that. Yeah.
You just get a cutscene to get to a level 150 and they're in a jail, which is like, okay.
Yeah. No, exactly. But anyway, so if we're moving on from that into DLC 3, and DLC 3, I think that the problem is because it's like you get so many leaks, and every time a new map comes out, like DLC 4 has already been basically leaked, like in some ways, like there's a few images already out there of the map, unfortunately. And the same thing happened in Alpha Omega. I really, really enjoyed Alpha Omega. But
some pictures just got leaked, like you said.
And it just same thing kind of happened. It was like the same. It was the starting map images that got leaked, and they did. It just kind of like I try not to. I watch the trailers in the beginning, and all that stuff. But I don't like seeing gameplay and all that stuff. But I guess I really didn't have that. But I guess that all stemmed from the leaker, the tester, back in November, December, who got fired and then went on a rant and released all that information about Black Ops 4 Zombies. But starting with this one, I think for me the coolest thing. How did you feel about having all 8 players? You had Ultimates and Primus together. I thought that was pretty cool at first. I didn't know how that was going to work.
Did you like that? I agree there. Yeah, I did like that, but like I say, I didn't know how it was going to work either.
Yeah,
just one of the things.
I think for me, the story was how it was going to work. Because I'm a big proponent of the story. And the amount of dialogue, there's normally on all the other Black Ops 4 zombie maps, there's about 2,500 lines of dialogue, and you get about 55 to 500 to 5,000. I mean, sorry, in this map because there's so many of the characters. It is some of the best dialogue. It's so funny. I love the dialogue and the talking between all the characters. I mean, it really made it like it gave me the replayability because I wanted to keep hearing what everyone had to say. Like, what does this person say to this person, and what does this person say to that person? And there's some story elements in there as well. As far as difficulty, how did you feel when you first played it? Because I think I think I felt a little bit overwhelmed at first. Like it was harder than I expected, maybe because that's the design of the map.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about Easter egg. I'm just talking about straight up.
Yeah, just straight up. Yeah. Only because like obviously it's just like how small the map is, and that you can get trapped in like doorways and things like that quite easily with all the houses now. I think. So yeah. At first you think, oh wow, you could get cornered here quite easily. Well, especially me, because I like to find the corners. But I thought it was like, I did find it difficult at first, but then obviously when you get used to a map, you know it off by heart, and then it just gets easier and easier. Right.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is, I think, for every map almost. It's like I kind of feel like that.
You just get used
almost
to
every map is going to be a little difficult.
But yeah, like you're saying, and then like finding out how to do the Easter eggs and things like that is a good way of doing it as well.
I know for myself. Go ahead.
Go on. Yeah, go on, carry on.
No, you're good. It's what? No, go ahead. Finish that. Sorry, my thing's.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say. It's just like it's good to find out how to do Easter eggs and find out how difficult they are. That's the thing. It's because they can be tough if you don't know what you're doing at first, and then you have to find and discover things on the map.
Yeah, exactly. This is not. I mean, there's plenty of people. There's plenty of you I know that just buy the maps just to high route. They don't bother with Easter eggs. I personally think Easter eggs gives the game longevity, and it gives the game bigger lifespan.
100%.
I love doing it. This one, Alpha Omega, is the easiest to do on solo. Hands down, they really did a good job. I always think a map is better if you can do it on solo. Just because the Easter egg steps aren't as annoying. I really
it's
like that
tested
about
yourself
Alpha.
as well.
Exactly, because it reminded me of Ancient Evil. That's why Ancient Evil you could do it on solo. I didn't
Yeah.
doing that on solo. There's like hardly any steps that you need to hoard. I hate Easter egg steps that require somebody to just hold on to a zombie. You know, and
I felt for like ages.
you just have to have somebody else do the other step. What's
Yeah.
that?
Like you say, they've changed it so you've got 10 minutes till a zombie dies out, so you can't. They're trying to make it so you can't hold it for longer than that. But normally, if you go back to like Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, you have to hold a zombie for ages.
About 20 minutes.
Try and do these steps. Yeah.
Yeah, you had
just
like 20 to 25 minutes in Black Ops 3. I think it was 20
Yeah.
minutes actually, but yeah, exactly.
So
Makes it much
it's
more
not-
difficult.
It's nice to actually do like a step, like you say, do the Easter egg on solo. I think personally, I prefer that anyway as well.
I mean, I did this on solo. I haven't beaten Alpha Omega on solo because of the 2 times I got into the boss fight, I was an idiot and I messed up. I went in there with no ammo. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. It was just, I rushed it. I went in there. One time I went in there with like 2 perks and I wasn't paying fucking attention. And I just kept trying to rush it. I think on solo having monkeys makes it a little better. I mean, you're skill based, obviously. If you're better at doing things than others, you know.
Yeah. Well,
Some are better
than
than doing that.
something,
They don't
aren't
need
they?
that kind of stuff. But I regret that. But I'm going to do it again on solo here. I know Kickapoo, our other crew member, beat it on solo. I beat Ancient Evil on solo, so there's no reason I shouldn't be able to Alpha Omega on solo because this map is easier than Ancient Evil.
Easy. Oh yeah. I see. We do it together when we've both got like I say, like a day together. We both start at the same time and try and do it, and obviously you can stream yours,
Right.
and then I'll record mine.
I want to do that.
And then I can show you and see how far we get, and I reckon we'll both easily do it. We know the map. We know.
Yeah,
the
no, it's not that bad. Yeah, I've done this one either 4 or 5 times, I think now. On like that's with somebody else, obviously, but
yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of issues with this map. I think at the beginning, I think people didn't like it because either one, it was a remake. I wasn't a big fan of the fact that there's a remake again, but I understand that they're going to do that now. So the reason why we have remakes instead of brand new maps is because they couldn't finish those maps in time. There are backlog maps right now that are waiting. Some of them are done, some of them aren't. And you're going to get those on 2020 is what I keep hearing.
Yeah.
And so what they did was to compensate. These were supposed to be Zombie Chronicles 2 maps. And the APD control room and some of those new areas were just added areas they were put in there. And so what they did was, well, we don't have these finished maps. We have to do something. So what they did was they just added these areas.
Yeah, I
so
think they've done a good job. I think they've done a good job.
Yeah, no, they did.
I know people like moaning about it, like saying, "Yeah, we don't want remakes." But I tell you what, the detail on these maps are a lot better than the original ones.
I mean,
I
mean, at least they're remaked, and they're not, they're remastered. Essentially, is a copy and cutter paste of the original version, except it is in the next gen form. That is the only difference. That's what it is. But these are remade maps. Essentially, this is Nuketown time. I mean, this is
how many Nuketowns we've had? Yeah, we've had loads.
I just like the fact that this is Nuketown. It's been this secret lab underneath the Nuketown zombies the whole time. I think it's really cool. At least that's what the story. At least they wrote it that way. But I think I didn't really have a lot of negatives, and I think you said that we were talking about that before we started. The review saying the same things. There's really aren't a ton of negatives. I think it feels like more like nitpicks. Like
I literally don't know.
What were you saying?
I don't actually know if there is any I don't have any negatives about it.
I mean, I think of a couple things like the boss fight.
Yeah, the boss fight could have been a bit tougher, I reckon. Like obviously you had to fill up the canisters and then blah blah blah. You had to obviously take him back into.
I kind of been feeling that. I think about Black Ops 4 boss fights in general. Haven't been that difficult, except, I mean, Dead of the Night was Voyage is the hardest, hands down.
Voyage is the hardest, and then,
to that.
Yeah, I think Dead of the Night was probably the second hardest. But only because where you're in that one little, corridor, and you literally have to, do things with the statues, things like that. It's just one little space. It's you can't do much. So I think you have
Dead of the Night makes it more difficult because you have all those elements around you, all the elemental zombies and
zombies,
the 2 types of vampires.
Yeah, that's the thing. You need the right elixirs and things like that to go into these boss fights. Like if you didn't have like
Yeah,
say
you
like
do.
insta kills, max ammos, you'd be dead in no time at the time. Like they're a big part of it as well, I think.
I think the other thing, though, for my own sake, though, or for me, what I've always kind of felt is I don't understand when it had to become a thing where we had to have Easter eggs, had to have boss fights in the end. And I understand they did that for probably for entertainment's sake to make the more interesting. But I didn't understand like why. Okay, every single zombie map has to end with a boss fight. Now, granted, I guess it's got to the point where I feel like it's a staple, obviously, but I guess I just never felt like it had to have it. I didn't mind it and it didn't, but I don't know. I guess, I mean, yeah, they're fun. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they're fun.
I love doing them.
I would think I'd prefer to have a boss fight, really. Because...
Yeah. No, I do too.
It just makes it more entertaining, I reckon, and it's something to do on zombies.
No, it does.
Like some zombies, you just think, oh, you're just gonna like get to a certain level and then stop. Like Easter eggs just is a whole different thing,
Right.
and I love it. I try and do most of them if I can. I think it just makes it so much better.
No, exactly, it does. For me, and I mean, Predators anyway. I don't know about the rest of the guys in the crew. Well, I think actually I do. Is achievements, and I'm always, and the two of us are, I guess, achievement whores. We gotta get them all.
Definitely.
Gotta get every single one.
I love to get them.
And
always been like
this
that.
one is the first, I think, one that felt the most. They weren't that hard. I think none of the really achievements felt that hard, except for a couple in the beginning.
I think some of them are just
launch
long as well.
achievements.
Yeah, some of them
Yeah,
are just time-consuming ones as well.
It did feel that way, yeah. Like the ones where you have to kill the Jolting Jacks on the roof with only grenades. I'm so glad that I found out that you could do that with the Counter-Punch combat shotgun, which turns into a war machine, because you did it the regular way, and fuck that. I don't know how that had to take a long time to do.
No, it wasn't. I got to round 15, I think I did it on, because I was literally just like holding zombies around an area, and then I was just waiting for them to jump on the roof, and then holding a grenade, bang, dead. So it was actually quite easy to do, in my opinion.
They all weren't that bad. I mean, this is not a map to high round. Go ahead. Say what?
Oh yeah, I'd say like you on Dead or Night. How many achievements did you get in one game? 8 out of 10.
I got a lot in one.
That's what I mean. You got 8 in one, and then when this DLC came on, I got like 6 or 7 in the first game as well. Like I got all of them in the first day. Easy. And I was like, oh,
yeah, the ones in Black Ops 4 were definitely harder. I'm sorry, Black Ops 3 were definitely harder achievement-wise.
Oh, yeah, easily harder.
A lot harder. And maybe that's because you're just running out of ideas. You know what I mean? And you're trying to be different. But sometimes being different can dilute the product in a way. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about achievements here. I'm not talking about the mode in general.
Oh no, yeah.
Although
I agree. I still need to get one. That's the thing. I was like probably like achievement on Black Ops 3.
Oh yeah, Black Ops 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying I went from like playing just multiplayer on that game, and then to completely playing zombies, and I was like probably the last one out of like everyone to get all the achievements. Well, I still haven't got all of them, but I was like last one trying to concentrate on that because I didn't not dislike the game. I was more of a multiplayer person. Like,
right.
But then obviously I got more into zombies. Like when Wild at War first came out, that was just zombies. But that was different to obviously these ones because you're getting, it's no boss fights or anything like that on that kind of game.
No, there's no Easter eggs at all. I mean, there's small little tiny Easter eggs. They're not like no Easter egg quests like main quests.
Yeah.
That didn't come and play until Ascension.
That's it, yeah.
But yeah, it's come a long way. No, now speaking of Easter eggs, this Alpha Omega's Easter egg. I thought that these steps, really, like, once we figured them out, that we knew what the steps were, God, you could run through this Easter egg really quickly if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Some of them, it took us like an hour and I want to say like 35 minutes to beat it, I think. Give or take. Let me see how long this took me and Nate to do.
I think it took quicker than that. I think it was about an hour and 20, wasn't it? 86 minutes. That's
it might have been,
hour
yeah.
and 26. Hour and 26 minutes. I thought we'd done it quicker than
that. So this Easter egg, I think, was... It felt fun because I was saying, like, you could do it on single player. I think there's not that much. I think the little nitpick things is this map feels hard because of the way the map is designed. You have all those houses, and everything it is very confined. You can get cornered extremely easily in this map.
Yes.
Compared to like some of the other ones. Ancient Evil is a little more open in some ways.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I guess, like I said, this is probably my second favorite. Oh wow, watch myself get knocked down. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really. There wasn't a whole lot of negatives to this. I kind of thought that the oh god, what was it? The
You are lucky I was here.
The cutscenes. The cutscenes were a problem for me. That was one thing I didn't particularly like. They went back to Black Ops 2 with that, and that could have either been one or two things. It could have been a budget issue, or it could have been that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
I like to think it's not a budget problem, but I don't. Then again, it could have been. I mean, they kind of cut out the marketing for Dead of the Night, but Zombies has had the right marketing since then, which is nice. Felt like I was playing World War II. You know, Zombies. They didn't have any marketing fucking at all sometimes. Yeah. So, I'm trying to think. What else? Oh, Wonder Weapons. The Wonder Weapons in this game, I thought were the Ray Gun Mark II is probably my favorite Wonder Weapon in Zombies. I've always liked it a lot, and the fact that we had the chance to do an elemental thing and to them into 4 different variations was really cool. I will do this. I will point this out. Jet's made a good point, and he's right, even though it didn't bother me as much. He is saying that he's thinking that it's the same thing each map. It's just the Zombies thing now. We have a special weapon, and we have to turn it into 4 different variants. I get that. To me, I look at it as more content. I look at it as it's more things to do. But I get that what he's saying is they should try to think of something different instead of having 4 different variants of something, something else. I don't know what else you could do. I can't really think off the top of my head at the moment. Do you care about that? Are you gonna agree with
I do.
Or do you like the fact that you have more to do?
No, I like
to
change it up. Maybe I like it to change it up. Like say, because you're just doing 4
I
levels
don't know
of
how you would, though,
one weapon. But then the thing is, it's like you
One
say,
weapon.
it's hard to think. One weapon. Sorry, it's hard to think off the top of your head what they're gonna do. That's the thing. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is difficult.
I mean, you
Like,
could go
can't-
back to like the days of the Wonder Waff. But
Yeah,
I
like,
mean, that's one gun.
just-
People aren't gonna like
yeah.
that very much.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's
Although,
it's
think
only
about it,
wrong.
Blood of the
It's
Dead
good.
had 2 variants, the Blundergat and the Magmagat. I mean, it's not. You could do that. Maybe that's what he's referring to. But
Yeah, you could do. Yeah.
I think. I mean, you had 4. You had it in Dead of the Night. Didn't have 4 variants. The only ones in Black Ops 4 that had 4 different variants of a Wonder Weapon was Dead of the Night. I'm sorry, not Dead of the Night. Was Ancient Evil, Alpha Omega. I think that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't think 9 didn't have that. No, 9 had 1 Wonder Weapon. Classified had 1 Wonder Weapon. And Voyage had 4. Voyage had 4. But that was different though. Voyage was easy because that wasn't like you didn't have to do 4 extra Easter eggs, steps to separate things to do it.
Yeah.
But let's see, kick my joint here a second. You don't know. I think for this map though, I really enjoyed it. I'm kind of if you go do anything about the lore or anything about the psychology or not psychology, anything about you trying to find the clues and everything, DLC 4 is a little obvious. If you do that kind of stuff, and it's Call of the Dead is what a lot of people are saying. And if you go back on Classified, if you even go back on further on that, even on Ascension, go on some of these other maps, you can see what it's going to be. It looks like it's going to be Call of the Dead. Now the Great War thing, that one kind of didn't make any sense to me. I thought they would just do personally a whole new map, but it's probably going to be a remake. Because this is the end.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the end of the story. I mean, the storyline. It's kind of crazy. 10 years is coming to an end. It's a long time, to be honest, for a video game.
You're right.
But I think it needs to come to an end. I'm glad it's come to an end. I personally think Zombies needs to break. But what about you? Would you like them to?
Yeah, no, I think they need. No, I think they need to, like you say, I think they definitely need to have a break. It's like say 10 years has been a long time, and yeah, obviously take a break and see what the like obviously what they're going to do next would be interesting. I must admit. I'd like
I'm glad that.
know.
Good. Sorry.
I'd like to know what they're going to do.
I'm glad that MW is going to bring back survival and Spec Ops. I'm really happy about that because I love that. I played that a lot with Ono Sauce.
Yeah, I like Spec Ops.
I mean, I played a ton of that because, and then I know that 2020 it's Treyarch is doing it, so you're going to get zombies back. And that's fine. I think that's what they should do. Take a year off from it because we've had zombies every single year since like Ghosts. I think it's the last time we didn't have a zombies. Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's about right. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think you are
exactly
right.
What it is.
Can't even more.
Because wasn't that like Ghosts and then Black Ops 3? I think is that right? Or am I?
No, Ghosts Advanced Warfare, wasn't it? Ghosts Advanced Warfare.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, all in all, this map. I mean, I'm trying to think like the whole aspect of the story was really good. The ending was very cool. For those of you who haven't seen it, the ending of wait for you, but it sets up the nail. Almost like who you have to help. You know, you're gonna have to help. I mean, in a way, you're gonna have to help Sam, I think, which is odd. Which is really odd. That's not what I kind of expected. I'm not giving too much away, but without saying whatever happened in the end, she's pretty pissed, but she's got a reason to be mad. Especially what happens to. Never mind. I'm not gonna spoil it for those who haven't watched. But what for you? What is the one thing about this map I think that you liked the most, or you kind of kept remembering coming back to? Was it a wonder weapon? Was it the Easter egg? Or you just like kind of everything about it?
Oh, probably. I did enjoy the boss fight.
Boss fight.
Yeah, like I said, the Easter egg was good. I did enjoy it. I must admit. I've done it quite a few times, but I'll happily do it again, over and over again. It's just I enjoy it. I think the boss fight was quite good as well. Just it shows you, obviously, going back in time as well.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. With where you obviously it's the person out of transit.
Oh
Lost.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's obviously it's no, it's good.
The Avogadro, yeah.
Yeah, the Avogadro.
Yeah. One thing I like about the boss fight though in Black Ops 4 so far, except for I guess in a way Voyage is like that a little bit. Like, they're not your typical bullet sponges.
No.
You know what I mean? Like you have to do something else to kill the boss or get rid of him, and I like that.
That's the thing. You have to use certain weapons as well. Like Voyage, you have to. It's saying use obviously the Kraken and the Helvian Solo.
Right.
Hellion Solo.
Yeah. I mean, yes, so technically that is a bullet sponge because you're shooting a giant eyeball. But it's not. I mean, you had to do little. It's there's different sections of what it is. It's almost reminds me of like the Darker Shore.
There's 5 sections, isn't there?
You had to move around.
You have to do like obviously go this room, go that room. Obviously, Poop Deck was the last one for the fight, and when it made that screeching noise, you knew you had to keep shooting it.
Yeah.
The thing is, you had zombies and Blyfathers around you, which was quite difficult because the amount of times we got onto that boss fight and didn't beat it was just you're getting all that effort, and then it just gives you one attack and you're all down.
Very frustrating.
Unless you have like Dying
really
Wish or like say you have your staff out ready, which is just like okay, this is quite difficult.
Yeah.
So
that one you really got to be on your game with that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's actually one boss fight I must admit. I think that's probably got to be out there one of my favourite boss fights because how difficult it was.
Yeah. At first I was like, man, this is annoying, and then I realized I'm like, this is annoying. It's challenging. Like, and I really preferred it like the way I liked it like that.
Yeah.
But and I haven't really felt anything like that since then. I mean, Ancient Evil boss fight, Pegasus is harder than Perseus. I mean, Perseus literally he stood there and he had his sword. He stood in one spot and just threw his sword and it hit you. Like it didn't. Well, he didn't do anything else. And yeah, he threw the balls of fire and the lightning at you, but it didn't. Yeah, he wasn't. That wasn't that great of a boss fight. If the problem in Ancient Evil would have been that. But I think with Alpha Omega though, is having the Avogadro, bringing him back. That was really cool. I really like that.
Yeah.
Especially because in the ending where you send him to transit, I thought was really cool too. The ties in transit. It's Hamburg, or I think what they call it, Hamburg, the Hamburg site. I think it's.
Oh yes.
I might be saying that wrong.
No,
Harvard site or whatever. It's something with an H. I can't think of the name. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. Oh, what's it called? I know what you're on about. Yeah, it's on my tip of my tongue.
I think it's the Hartford site. Maybe it is. Anyway, they send him to transit. That's the name of the saint. They have a specific name for it, but the Avogadro you meet inside of transit is this Avogadro. It's first in Alpha Omega, and he gets sent to a different place. Although it's not an APD or an MPD, as it's been called before. Yeah, it's just all around. There's really not a whole lot to nitpick about. There's like little things here and there.
It really is.
Although I don't know about you, but I feel like I've done the boss fight recently, and it does feel like they made him they adjusted the Avogadro a little bit. He's a little harder to deal with now. He has more oomph in his kick, in his attacks. They take away more health. Anyway, yeah, I think that's that's pretty much it. I can't think of really anything else that about Alpha Omega that really to talk about.
Yeah,
covered everything. To talk about because it's one of those things that like the elixirs. Real quick, I remember is elixirs are important, but it's like I found it using the same elixirs for each map, like each Easter egg. Like they kind of have the same premise. Like Undead Man walking insta-kills and nukes. That seems to be the premise of the same. The same thing goes for gauntlets.
Gauntlets, yeah, and like
they're not that bad.
As well.
Yeah. But anyway, well, I'm trying to think of anything else. Anything else you want to add about this map, or anything else you liked or disliked about it?
Any what? Sorry.
Anything else you want to add about Alpha Omega that you liked or disliked?
Don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think so. I was just making sure.
Yeah, I don't think there is.
Before we end it here. All right, well, you guys can check us out over on Generation Gaming's YouTube channel. If you did not check the entire review here on live on Generation Gaming Twitch channel. But we're going to be doing, every Monday night, I'm going to be bringing a podcast, the Generation Gaming Podcast, every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will be no stream on Mondays anymore. That's going to be an audio podcast. It's going to be on the Anchor app, but you're going to be able to hear it on iTunes, Spotify, or anywhere you can hear. You listen to your favorite podcast will be available there. So, thank you guys so much for checking it out and watching. This has been our review of the Alpha Omega Zombies map. For Predators, myself, Jay Lewis. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the other side.
Noticed our work will cause widespread